worked really hard to put this together, so I really hope you enjoy it. And without further ado, I'll just let them go.
Young fellows that follow the sea to my way, low the man down, and pay attention and listen to me. Give me some time to go down.
In there, you pirate dog!
Ow!
You have been found guilty of piracy upon the high seas.
But I'm innocent.
Did you or did you not seize a ship and its treasure?
Well, yes.
And you're guilty.
You have been sentenced to die by beheading. The blade is already prepared. Have you any last words?
Yes. Look out behind you.
Look out behind us. You think we're gonna fall for that old trick? How stupid do you think we are?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, please, look up behind us. We're not complete.
Quick, a time before they wake up.
Things I do for my crew.
Is the ship ready to set sail?
Aye, matey, as soon as we get back on board.
Well, I'm afraid that will be never.
Here, matey.
Yield in the name of
I yield to no man. Give us back the freedom of the mast and sail and prepare to die. That's me, Alvita the pirate, queen of the high seas. Except it's not. Only in my imagination. Uh-oh, guys. Looks like we're mythical. Better pack up.
You mean we're just imaginary?
Afraid so. Not much use for pirates in the real world anymore. I wish I were a pirate who sailed the high seas looking for adventure and gold, but I'm not. I'm just plain Alvita. And do you think pirates ever come to my neighborhood? Almost never. The last one who came was like 3 years ago, and he didn't even have a patch over his eye.
At least he wasn't imaginary.
Will you be quiet? I'm talking to the audience.
Sorry.
You see, audience, even though I've always dreamed of becoming a pirate, I can't. I have to stay up in the castle all day. And though you might think that's fun to be royalty and live in a castle, it's not. Our castle is so lame. We don't even have a moat. I begged my mom and dad, can we please, please, please have one? Just a small one. Too dangerous, they said. Someone might fall in. Well, duh, that's the whole point. My mom and dad make me so mad sometimes. They're always telling me to be proper and act ladylike. But what am I supposed to do? Locked up inside all day? That's why I ran away, to finally have some adventure and excitement. Only now my feet hurt and I'm exhausted. And I'm down to my last piece of herring. Maybe I'll be lucky to be kidnapped by pirates. Here comes one now. Over here.
Who's that?
Are you a pirate?
No. Why do you think I was a pirate?
I don't know. You look vaguely piratical. Do you want some herring?
All right.
It's good, huh? Only it's my last one.
Hey, are you from around here?
Maybe what?
No reason. Just never seen you here before.
Maybe that's because I'm having an adventure.
An adventure around here.
Maybe. Maybe I'm the pirate.
You?
Yes, maybe I'm Alvita the pirate, queen of the high seas. Maybe I found a band of women just like me who hated chores and parents and homework. We all set out to terrorize the coast and raid the ships of the Baltic.
Well, you got a great imagination.
Maybe. Or maybe it's true. How would you know the difference?
Guess I wouldn't. Oh, thanks for the herring.
So, did you run away from home too?
Now you see, I never got the chance to. I was in the library in our castle.
You live in a castle too?
Yeah, but it's a lame one. We don't even have a moat. My dad has a library though. I always like to go in there and read his books, but my mom found me in there and she's like, boys shouldn't be soaking around in libraries. They should be outside playing.
Aren't you good at boy stuff?
What do you mean boy stuff?
Like horse riding and javelin throwing and sword fighting. I'm really good at sword fighting. My dad taught me, but don't tell my mom because she would freak. So, are you any good?
I'm all right, I guess.
Then come on. Let's fight.
All right. Why'd you hit me?
Because I like you, I guess?
So, if a girl wants to tell a guy she likes him, she hits him with a stick.
I think so. Come on, I want to fight.
All right. You're better than most of the boys I fight.
I'm better than all of the boys you fight.
Easy, I thought we were just fighting for fun.
You may fight for fun, but Alvita the pirate fights to win.
Well then, take this, I'll be the pirate, and take this, and this. Prince Alpha Denmark doesn't give up so easily.
You are pretty good. Almost as good as me.
Almost.
Fine, Prince Alf. Just as good. How about we call it a draw? Fair?
There.
There he is! Get him!
Get away from her, you brute!
Hey!
Oh, Alvita, you poor darling! Are you okay? Thank goodness your father and I got here before that big, mean, nasty boy gave you a boo-boo!
Get me on the defenseless little girl. Wait until your father hears about this.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, I bet you did.
Sweet, Dad, but I like this one.
Like him! That ghastly boy trying to assault you with a stick! That boy's a bad influence if you ask me.
See, this is why I ran away. You never let me have any fun.
But Alvita, wait, get back here!
Is she safely locked away in her tower?
Yes, Your Majesty.
And still railing against her mother and father, I suspect.
She's threatening to run away and become a pirate, Your Majesty.
A pirate? I'd like to see her try.
Shall we take up her supper, Your Majesty?
Bring her some pickled herring.
Yes,
That girl will be the death of me yet.
There you are, Sivert. Did you find out who the boy's father is?
Cigar, king of the Danes.
Well, Cigar should be better on his son if you ask me. Not just let him go roving about.
You mean like Alvita does?
I'm serious, Sivert. Alvita is getting older. We have to start watching out for, well, you know,
Dragons.
boys. What if something terrible had occurred? What if she'd fallen in love?
I think she can handle herself at that point.
Alvita is no longer a mere child. She's a young woman now.
You're right, my dear. She is getting older, and soon it will be time for her to marry.
And do you think we can afford a dowry when we've just refinanced the castle?
We will find a way, my dear.
With a child as beautiful as Alvita, she'll soon be up to her eyeballs in suitors. She has my looks, you know. You have no idea what it's like for a young woman. Men constantly fawning all over you. Beauty is a curse. Nobody knows that better than I do.
With all due respect, dear, you were never quite as cursed as you thought you were.
All Scandinavia knows of my beauty, and Alvita's looks approach even mine. We have to do something about her, Sivert.
I have her locked in a tower with armed guards outside. What else would you have me to do?
Whatever it takes, Sivert. A girl like that cannot be left to her own devices.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, Alvita, it must be so hard for you, possessing so much of your mother's good looks and natural charm. But you must choose wisely. Find a man who is, handsome and comely, gentle and kind, strong and brave. Otherwise, you'll end up with someone just like your father.
I found the solution to this, my dear.
Snakes.
Not just snakes, magical snakes. They've been charmed to strike no woman nor maid, except any man who enters Alvida's tower. Not me, of course. I enchanted them.
Show off.
Their venom is quick. One bite can take down a very ogre.
And you are going to put those in Alvida's room.
I told you, they only attack men.
Maidens fair with shining hair, we never shall disturb thee.
But foolish men who venture in, we ever shall perturb thee.
With our bite will strike. With our bite will strike with and kill with scarce a sound.
The city rake we soon shall make a corpse down in the ground.
Great. Not only are they magic, they rhyme too. Never trust a snake that rhymes. On second thought, never trust a snake that talks.
Go, my pretty ones, to the Tower Alvida. Keep her safe and kill any man who dares come near.
Something tells me this is a bad idea.
Nonsense. I shall have it proclaimed throughout the lands that no man shall marry Alvida unless he can pass his 2 snakes that guard her chamber. Now that shall keep the men at bay. For a while.